guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I wanted to do a quick little one on 5 things I love about the Ralliart Sportback. So if you're new to the channel and haven't seen this car before, this is my fiance's 2008 Ralliart Sportback. We bought this about 2 years ago. It was fairly modified at the time. We've since added to it, and Letitia's added her own touches. And I feel these are a very underrated car, and I wanted to make a video on 5 things I love about it and to show you a little bit more of the mods that we have on it. Okay, so the first thing that I love about this car is the fact that it's just something different. So most people don't know what it is. Now obviously this one's pretty modified, but in general the Ralliart Sportbacks, they're not really well known. Anyone can see an Evo 10 and have an idea that it's pretty quick and it handles well. Most people would see this car and kind of have no idea what it is. Now this one does have an Evo 10 replica front bumper, so it sort of gives it away a little bit, and it's fairly modified, but still most people see it and think it's just a hatch with a set of wheels on it. But then if you've seen previous videos on this car, you'll know that it's actually quite loud. You hear the turbo and the blow-off valve a lot louder than my car. And it's pretty quick. It's got an Evo 10 turbo with full bolt-ons on pump fuel, so it's making decent power. And yeah, so it's kind of quick with the SST transmission. It pulls away from a lot of cars, the lights. People aren't expecting it to be fast, hence why she chose an on-plate Dodger. Most people don't expect much out of it, but it's a pretty quick car, and the sounds it makes quite often has people have a double take at it. But yeah, so it's number one reason is just it's something different. You don't see these at every meet you go to. You go to a big car meet with a lot of other JDM cars and Australian cars and European hatches. This isn't something that's everywhere, like say a Golf GTI or Golf R or the Evo 10 even, or Skylines. Those you expect to see, but you don't really see something like this as often. Okay, so the second thing I love about this car is just the amount of interchangeable parts you have with the Evo 10. So obviously there's a lot of aftermarket support for the Evo 10 platform. This car, it has a lot of parts as well, but once you change over to an Evo Turbo, like this one has, that I said previously, so this has an Evo 10 Turbo and manifold, basically everything else will work. So this has the intercooler, the piping, intake, all the heat shields and everything. These are all made for the Evo 10 on Ralliart. If they're made for the Evo 10, they now fit this car. To get an Evo 10 turbo isn't very hard to do. They're always for sale. People are always upgrading their turbos. So yeah, this one got one. So basically all these parts you see in here, if they're not made for the Ralliart, they're made for the Evo, and you can make them work. Obviously headlights as well. So these headlights are from an Evo 10 MR. The projector headlights have been blacked out. It's got a replica front bumper. These carbon fog light surrounds, these are from an Evo 10. We just modified them a little bit to fit the front bumper. Wheels are going to be a different offset, but basically Evo 10 factory wheels are a perfect size for the Ralliart without the flared wider guards or fenders. So this is a better size to suit the Ralliart, but if you get the stock Evo 10 wheels, they're going to fit perfectly, all the way down to OEM weather shields and carbon fiber pieces, the LED indicators. These are all parts that are widely available because the Evo 10 is such a common car to modify that yeah, you can basically get a lot of parts that will fit, and then you can make this little hatchback into something that's as quick as an Evo 10 or faster if you'd like to modify it to that extent. But yeah, it's definitely something we love about the car, because I had the Evo 10 first, then she bought this. We knew that there's a lot of parts that are interchangeable and easy to get and commonly made and sold. So yeah, it's definitely something we love about this car. Okay, so the third thing is definitely how usable this car is. So being a hatch, you obviously have back seats which are very roomy and usable. Then you also have the ability to fold them down. So there's quite a bit of room back here. Obviously we have the battery in this one, so the hatch isn't as usable. We just have to be careful sort of stacking stuff around that. But there's just so much room in this car. So open at the back here, take this part off, you can basically stack all the way up to the roof. There's just so much room. I'm gonna put your seats down, this handle here, and it's just, yeah, we've moved a lot of stuff. When I actually bought the aero kit for my car, so the lip and the side skirts and everything, I went and picked it all up in this car, and I just managed to make it fit. Whereas in the Evo 10, we had just no chance at all. So it's definitely something we love about it. We've used it to pick up a lot of parts. It's better in the long term. If we have kids and stuff, then this is a more practical car than the Evo, so we can keep the Evo and we can have this, and we've still got the sort of best of both worlds. So yeah, it's definitely something that's really great about these cars, and that I prefer over the Ralliart sedan. So I'd rather the Sportback version myself, just for this reason, of the amount of room you have. So yeah, that's definitely number 3. Okay, so the fourth thing that we both love about this car is the SST transmission. Now, when I first met Letitia, I had my Evo 10, I let her have a drive of it, and she'd never driven a dual clutch before, and she absolutely loved it. She had only ever owned manuals before this, and she still has a manual daily driver, which is a 2013 Holden Barina, or a Chevy Sonic, I found out in America. And yeah, she absolutely loves driving a manual in that car, but for this, she said she wanted a dual clutch all the way. So we're looking at a lot of different cars like Golf R's and GTIs and stuff, but we ended up settling on this Ralliart. And yeah, she absolutely loves the fact that you can just cruise through traffic, drinking a coffee or whatever, hold your boost through the gears while you hold your foot flat on the throttle, and yeah, use your paddles. She has the same paddles that I do, the Shift Concepts extended. And yeah, so when we did track days and stuff, she loves that she can sort of focus more on taking the corners and steering and worrying about where other cars are around her, rather than worrying about the clutches and gears and everything, and just can kind of learn the track a bit better, as she's never really driven track much. So yeah, it's definitely something that we both love about the car, but specifically her, she wanted me to add it to this list as it was a big selling point on this platform for her. Okay, so number 5 is the features and technology this car has. Now yes, obviously it's not a 2020 model luxury car with all the options and some of the stuff you can get, but it does have quite a few features that she really liked. So starting with HID headlights with actually daytime running lights. So this little part here is actually wired to be a daytime running light. When you come over to the car, reach for the handle, it unlocks. You have your auto start here, so you don't have to take key out of your pocket, you just turn that, jump into the car. Obviously the SST transmission, which we already mentioned. So one of the requirements for her when she was looking at a car was to have leather seats. So this has really nice, these are like a sort of custom retrim. We're not too sure if it was a factory option, but we did test drive some other Ralliarts that had leather, and it was just a really cheap leather. It didn't have the Ralliart stitch, didn't have the perforated and the red stitching. So this one's, yeah, we've got receipts in here that say it's from a aftermarket trimmer, but we've also found another one that has the same interior, so it might have been a factory optioned interior. But yeah, that was something she really wanted. And obviously has, so this head unit isn't from the factory, but yeah, it's got reverse camera. You can, you know, download your apps. You got the Talk Pro there, obviously. So that was something she really liked. Yeah, just, you know, the basic features, but something that some of the other cars we were looking at to buy didn't have. Yeah, some of the, she'd owned an older WRX before this. It didn't have any sort of modern features other than power windows, basically. So this has a lot of stuff that she really likes. Interiors, you know, I think it looks nice. Some people think the Evo 10 and Ralliart interior is really cheap looking. I think it's quite a nice interior, especially once you change up a few things. But yeah, so that's number 5, definitely, is just, yeah, the fact you can have you know, reverse cameras and HID headlights, daytime running lights, auto unlock. To start the car, obviously the keys are in my pocket, and you just start it up. So yeah, that's a common thing in most modern cars, but being a 2008 and being the fact that some of the cars she was looking at were a lot older, like she really likes R34 Skyline sedans and Toyota Chasers, so you wouldn't Yeah, so that's number 5, and something that she wanted in her list of requirements. The only thing this car doesn't have is basically a sunroof. So she wanted proximity keys, she wanted leather, she wanted touch screen, HID headlights, and a sunroof, and a dual clutch. So basically that was her list. It could have 1 or 2 of those things missing, but it had to have majority. This car seemed to tick the most boxes for the technology and features side of things. So that's why we ended up going with this one. Alright guys, and that's the list of the 5 things we love about this car. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have a Ralliart and there's something else you would have chosen, or if you agree or disagree with any of the items that we picked in this video. But yeah, that was just personal preference for us, 5 things that we love. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Make sure you like the video, put a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing more Evo 10 and Ralliart content. I do upload a video twice a week, on Wednesdays and Sundays, and every now and then there'll be a bonus video on a Friday. But yeah, until next time guys, I'll catch you later.